Hi, this is Dreama, and today we are doing a client reading. And as always, I know the client's name and they know their name, but I won't be saying it in the video. Now, today's reading was actually supposed to be a relationship reading, but what happened is the client actually had about 3 questions that they needed answered. So I've actually changed the spread to fit the needs of the client. Today we're going to be using a 9-card spread. There's 3 questions. We'll be using 3 cards for each question. Okay. This is a love reading, and I am using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, and that's one of the decks that I connect the best with. I have shuffled the cards quite a bit before I turn the camera on. I just want to make sure that I have enough time to explain all the cards in detail. Now, the first 3 cards are going to be for the first question, the center for the second, and the bottom for the third. The client's first question, they're actually wanting to know what about their next potential relationship. And they'd like to know what type of person it is that they will be meeting, okay? So we have the Knight of Cups, and we have the Temperance card, and Death. Now, I want to say, first of all, death doesn't always mean death. I'd like to start with the Knight of Cups. Now, this card is a very strong card. I'm not sure how well you can see in the video, but, you know, it's a card about someone who is a very strong person. Physically and emotionally, that's what I'm getting from this card. That this kind of person would be someone who's very intelligent, maybe even interested in the arts or even maybe the law. They have a very scientific type of mind, yet another side of them is very artistic. Okay? Now, the Temperance card is interesting. I'm not sure if you can see this, but there is an angel and there's fire coming out of the hand. There's water falling down. It's a very connected card. What that tells me is this person is a very well-grounded person. However, they can tend to have a fiery disposition at times if they, for example, disagree with someone. They're a very confident person, okay? They're very competent in exactly what it is that they know. And they do think they're right almost all the time, okay? And lastly, we have the Death card, okay? Now, this card doesn't always mean death. What we're looking for now is what type of person is this? So, to me, what I'm getting from the first 2 cards, they're a very strong person, okay? They're very intelligent. They have a fiery personality when need be, okay? However, this person is very aware of their own mortality, if that makes sense. They're very aware of, you know, some things that may go on that they don't agree with, such as corruption. And because we got the Law card here too, that tells me that this person doesn't really agree with some sort of corruption and things that go on basically within the world. They're a very outspoken person and very grounded in their beliefs. Okay. Now, the next question is how and when will they meet? Now, I'd like to say just a little bit about that before I move on. As far as giving an actual date, probably not. The cards don't normally do that. They may give us the time of year, okay, or maybe some occasion that may happen or something. But let's see what we get. Okay. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the 4 of Swords. And the Ace of Swords. Now, I'm going to start with the Hanged Man. This card, as far as how and when, you know, it's not going to be extremely helpful in that respect. Really doesn't show us a season. I wouldn't consider this card a cold card or a warm card, which normally can help me as far as a season goes. All I can say is that this card to me is about wisdom, okay? And what I'm getting is that there's going to be some sort of trials and tribulations that go on with this person before you meet them. It may have something to do with this corruption that they're so set against. Okay? But yeah, there's going to be something going on before that happens, something in their life that has to do with the legal system. That's what I'm getting. Okay, and next we have the Four of Swords. Now, this is an interesting card because I'm not sure how well you can see, but it is someone that is laying on a bed of swords. Above the person is a flower and a bird. And this to me is a cold card, what I would consider a cold card. So that tells me that when you do meet this person, the weather will be cold. That's what I'm getting from it. It's not really giving me a month, but what I'm getting is that it will be a cold month of the year. As far as how, you know, this card is about solitude, and it's also about you're at a place, it looks like in your life, where you feel like you're laying on swords, where you think your life is really not going as well as planned, okay? For some reason, there's something going on with you. However, this bird and the light above tells me that this person will become the light in your life. I do believe it is going to be a cold month of the year. As far as how, right now I'm not seeing anything that's going to tell me how you will meet. Okay, and lastly, we have the Ace of Swords. Now, this is a powerful card. Okay, as you can probably see, the ace is surrounded by birds and primarily eagles. Okay, and again, this is about law. This card to me is about law and intelligence and things like that. So because we have so much of that going on, I kind of get the impression that how you may meet this person is through, they're going to be involved in the court system somehow. I'm just not sure how. And you will find them through the court system. I'm not sure if they're going to be, you know, a plaintiff or a defendant, or if you're going to be involved, but it has something to do with the law and the court is what I'm getting. Okay, and lastly, you wanted to know, will the love be mutual and won't last long? So now we're going to move to the last three. Okay, we have the Fool, we have Justice, and we have the Two Lovers. Okay, now the Fool actually is an interesting card as it pertains to love, because this is a very bright card to me. The Fool, you know, is kind of, he's surrounded by cards, and you know, he appears to be, you know, basically foolish. That's what I am getting from it right now. As far as will the love be mutual, I think it will. And the reason I think it will is because the Fool is about a foolish type of love. It may be something that's actually an extravagant and overboard. So be kind of careful that either you or the other person doesn't go to the extreme of obsession, okay? And then we have the Justice card. Well, now we're back to the law. So, what that tells me, the Justice is about balance. So what that tells me is the relationship between the two will be balanced. So there will be a mutual love for the two of you, and it will be a stable love. So I don't see that it's going to be something that's going to disappear within a few weeks. Last, we have the Lovers. And this is an interesting card as it pertains to the question about will the love last. I'm not sure if you can see, but the two people that are kind of kissing, they kind of made the shape of a heart. And so what that tells me is that this love, I think, will last. I don't see any reason in any of these cards where it would not be last, or where it not be strengthened because of this bond. To me, this is about a bond, about an emotional bond. So it looks like this person actually is going to be very good for you. Very good for you. They will be somehow involved with the law. I'm just not sure on which side of the law they'll be involved. But they will be very much against corruption and injustice. Okay? All right, that does conclude my reading for today. And I would like to thank everyone for joining me. And I do hope to see you all again.